Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving right into the battle for the very soul of AI. It's this huge conflict playing out as we speak in top research labs and at the highest levels of government. And honestly, how it all shakes out is going to define the future of technology for all of us.
So what's the single most important debate in AI right now? Well, the thing is, it's not about if AI is coming anymore. It's already here. The real fight now is about who gets to control it, who gets to build with it, and what it's ultimately going to become.
And this quote from Yann LeCun, Meta's chief AI scientist, it just gets right to the heart of it all. It really boils down to two completely different ways of thinking. Should the blueprints for AI be open for everyone to see and to build on? Or should they be locked down, controlled by just a few powerful companies?
All right, so let's start with that first idea, the case for openness. What does that actually mean in practice? And why are its supporters so convinced it's the only way to go?
This is really the key to understanding it all. We're not just talking about being able to use a chatbot. Open-weight AI means giving developers the actual keys to the engine. It lets them pop the hood, see exactly how it works, fine-tune it, and build entirely new things that the original creators never even imagined.
And if you want to see just how powerful this idea is, look no further than this model called DeepSeek. It just sort of appeared out of China earlier this year.
There wasn't some slick marketing campaign, no big flashy keynote. Nope. Its power came from its release. The code was just put out there. Its weights were made available for the entire world to see and use.
And the result? It was absolutely explosive. The global developer community just grabbed it and ran. I mean, within days, you had thousands of different variations and brand new applications being built, tested, and shared all over the place. That's the kind of speed that openness makes possible.
Now, the implication here is massive. As the CEO of Hugging Face, Clement DeLong, pointed out, this marked a really profound shift. For the very first time, some of the most advanced AI development happening in America was being built on a foundation that came from China, all because that foundation was really good and, most importantly, it was open.
And believe me, this isn't some one-off thing. Just look at the scale of Meta's open-weight model, Llama. It's been downloaded over 1 billion times. That's not just releasing a model, that's sparking an entire global ecosystem of innovation.
So as you can imagine, this kind of rapid, global adoption has totally transformed what used to be a technical debate among researchers into a full-blown geopolitical race. And right now, we're seeing two very different playbooks emerge. In the US, a lot of the pioneering labs are starting to close up. They're putting their best models behind private APIs. Now, the reasons they give are often about safety, controlling access to prevent bad stuff from happening, but it's also about making back the enormous amount of money it takes to build these things. At the very same time, you've got many research groups in China that are pushing the frontier and doing it completely out in the open.
And this shift has definitely not gone unnoticed. The US government, seeing all this momentum building up elsewhere, is now treating this as a serious strategic issue. The official White House AI Action Plan now explicitly lists encouraging open-source AI as a top national priority. And that really brings the stakes into sharp focus, doesn't it? The fear is that if a country falls behind in the open-source race today, it could very well risk falling behind in the entire field of AI tomorrow.
But this whole debate isn't just about the AI that we have today. It's really about what's coming next. And some of the sharpest minds in the field believe that the next huge leap in AI is going to require a totally new approach, and that openness is the only way we're going to get there.
That's Yann LeCun again. And his point is that the path we're on right now, just making today's large language models bigger and bigger, is basically a dead end. He argues it's not going to lead us to true human-level intelligence. So instead, he's focused on a completely new architecture called JAPA. And the goal here is incredibly ambitious: to give AI the ability to learn its own internal, abstract models of how the world actually works. This would let it understand cause and effect, to reason, to plan, to basically develop a kind of common sense.
So instead of just predicting the next word in a sentence, a JAPA system would say, watch a video, form its own mental model of what's happening, and then predict what's going to happen next in that abstract space. Think about how a cat plans to jump onto a countertop. It's not thinking in words, right? It's reasoning about physics and space. That's the kind of intelligence they're aiming for.
And LeCun is absolutely emphatic on this point.
A breakthrough this big is not going to happen locked away in some secret lab. He argues that real scientific progress has always been driven by the open exchange of ideas, of code, of data. For this next huge leap, no single company, no matter how rich or powerful, has a monopoly on all the good ideas.
So this brings us to the ultimate question, really. What is all this for? What's the end game? Mark Zuckerberg at Meta has framed this as a choice between two profoundly different visions for what our future could look like.
On one path, you have a future of personal empowerment, one where superintelligence becomes a tool that every single person can use to help them achieve their own goals. The alternative? A future where AI is centrally controlled to automate society, with the rest of us, as he puts it, living on a dole from whatever the AI produces.
And this is the core idea that's really pushing the open approach. The vision is to put this incredible power directly into the hands of people. The goal isn't just one giant, all-knowing AI, but a whole diversity of AIs that can reflect all the world's different cultures, languages, and values.
And we are absolutely at a critical moment. The sources we've looked at are clear. The choices we're making right now, this decade, about whether we build these powerful systems out in the open or behind closed doors, well, those choices will likely define the entire next era of human history.
So in the end, the battle between open and closed AI is about so much more than just code and computer science. It's a fundamental choice about the kind of world we all want to build. Is AI going to be a tool for personal empowerment, for creativity, and for discovery? Or will it become a force for centralized control? The answer to that question is being decided as we speak.